Dive into our collection of 100 proverbs, each with a humorous twist that will tickle your funny bone while offering a lighthearted take on traditional sayings. Here we go. A penny for your thoughts, $1 if they're silent. He who laughs last didn't get the joke. An apple a day keeps anyone away if thrown hard enough. Early to bed and early to rise makes a person miss out on the nightlife. A watched pot never boils, but it does get paranoid. 2 wrongs don't make a right, but 3 lefts do. When life gives you lemons, squirt someone in the eye. Absence makes the heart grow fonder for somebody else. You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it do synchronized swimming. Don't bite the hand that feeds you, just chew gently. A journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step, and often ends with a really sore feet. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder, and it's okay if they need glasses. Better late than never, but never late is better, unless there's traffic. Birds of a feather flock together until the cat shows up. Cleanliness is next to impossible. Clothes make the man, and a lack of them the center of attention. Curiosity killed the cat, but for a while it was a suspect in a major investigation. Do not count your chickens before they hatch, especially if they're not your chickens. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. Diversify your portfolio. Easy come, easy go, easier said than done. Every cloud has a silver lining, but lightning kills hundreds of people each year who are trying to find it. Fools rush in where angels fear to tread and usually get the best seats. Good things come to those who wait, but they're usually leftovers from those who didn't. Haste makes waste, but slow and steady wins the race, unless it's a real race. He who hesitates is probably right. Home is where the heart is, and usually where you left your keys. If at first you don't succeed, skydiving is not for you. If it ain't broke, don't fix it, but maybe give it a cool paint job. If the shoe fits, it's probably on sale. If you can't beat them, arrange to have them beaten. In the land of the blind, the one-eyed man is probably just as lost. It's always darkest before the dawn, so if you're going to steal your neighbor's newspaper, that's the time to do it. It's better to have loved and lost than to do 40 pounds of laundry a week. It's not the size of the dog in the fight, it's the size of the fight in the dog, and the size of the cat watching. Keep your friends close, your enemies closer, and receipts for all major purchases. Laughter is the best medicine unless you have diarrhea. Life is like a box of chocolates. It ends faster for fat people. Look before you leap, or at least wave to the people already in the water. Love all, trust a few, do wrong to none, and hide the evidence. Money can't buy happiness, but it's a lot more comfortable to cry in a Mercedes than on a bicycle. Necessity is the mother of invention, and the father of really bad ideas. No man is an island, but some are peninsulas. Not all who wander are lost, some are just avoiding creditors. Old habits die hard, new habits should be supervised. Opportunity knocks but once, so maybe install a doorbell. Patience is a virtue, impatience is for getting things done. People in glass houses should not throw parties. Power corrupts. Absolute power is kind of neat, though. Practice makes perfect, but nobody's perfect, so why practice? Rome wasn't built in a day, but that was before modern machinery. Silence is gold and duct tape is silver. Strike while the iron is hot or just plug in the iron again. The best things in life are free, except for Wi-Fi. The early bird catches the worm, but the second mouse gets the cheese. The grass is always greener on the other side because it's fertilized with nonsense. The pen is mightier than the sword, but not in a sword fight. There's no place like home, especially when you can't remember where you parked. Time flies like an arrow, fruit flies like a banana. To err is human, to really foul things up requires a computer. 2 heads are better than 1 unless you're trying to buy a hat. What goes up must come down, usually with a thud. When in Rome, do as the Romans do. When in Vegas, do it discreetly. Where there's smoke, there's dinner. You can't have your cake and eat it too, but you can always lick the icing. You can't judge a book by its cover, but you can by its movie adaptation. You can't teach an old dog new tricks, but you can rename the tricks. You miss 100% of the shots you don't take, and about 90% of the shots you do. A bad workman always blames his tools, and a good workman doesn't let him borrow any. Actions speak louder than words, especially during a mime performance. All good things must come to an end, usually around bedtime. All that glitters is not gold, sometimes it's just a well-placed sequin. All's well that ends well unless you're the villain. Ask and you shall receive, but not always what you wanted. Beggars can't be choosers, but they can be influencers. Better safe than sorry, but sorry is more interesting. Blood is thicker than water, but not as refreshing. Boys will be boys, and so will some men. Don't cry over spilt milk unless it's on your laptop. Don't put off until tomorrow what you can do the day after tomorrow. Don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. That's what the rinse cycle is for. Every dog has its day, and every cat has its staff. Failing to plan is planning to fail, but over-planning is inviting chaos for tea. Give a man a fish and you feed him for a day. Teach a man to fish and he'll buy an expensive fishing gear. Great minds think alike, but so do mediocre ones occasionally. Hope for the best, but prepare for the worst, and also for zombies. Ignorance is bliss, but knowledge is power, and power can run the TV. It's not rocket science unless it's actually rocket science. Jack of all trades, master of none, but better than a master of one. Knowledge is power, and power corrupts, so study hard and be evil. Laughter is the best medicine, but if you're laughing for no reason, you might need medicine. Life is what happens when you're busy making other plans or binge-watching a TV series. Like father, like son, unless the DNA test says otherwise. Look before you leap, or at least make sure the pool has water. Make hay while the sun shines, or just take a nap in it. Many hands make light work, but too many cooks spoil the broth. Measure twice, cut once, swear 3 times. Misery loves company, but company does not always love misery. Necessity is the mother of invention, but laziness is the father. Never look a gift horse in the mouth unless it's making a weird noise. No news is good news unless you're a journalist. And there you have it, 100 chuckles wrapped in the wisdom of ages. These playful interpretations of classic proverbs remind us not to take life too seriously and to find humor even in the mundane. Whether you're seeking a laugh, a lighthearted moment, or a new perspective on old sayings, we hope these twisted proverbs have brightened your day and brought a smile to your face. Remember, a day without laughter is a day wasted, so keep these witty words close to heart for those times you need a little extra cheer.